everyone, welcome back to the Shrink Shake Pod.
I'm Utkarsha.
And I'm Tina.
And we're two shrinks who like to shake things up.
Yeah, before we get into the podcast today, a very quick disclaimer. This podcast is in no way, shape, or form a replacement for therapy. But if you do need therapy, reach out to us and only us at the Coping Central. Anything you need to contact us is in the description below. What are we talking about?
Why don't you tell me? Advise me what to talk about today.
I think maybe you should stop being on this podcast.
That's like the worst thing you've ever said. I will walk out of this.
That's my entire point. Please walk out right now.
That's my case against why you shouldn't be advising people until they're asking you for it.
Until specifically, explicitly the words have been said, hey, I need advice. Until those words are said, please shut your mouths, because I think I can say this for the both of us, we hate advice.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever appreciated it, we've ever liked it.
I'm still thinking of, have I ever appreciated it? Maybe only when I've asked for it.
Yeah, when you've asked for it, sure, then that's helpful. Imagine you ask someone for advice and you're like, no, advice is bad for you. It's just like...
Yeah, unasked for advice, non-consensual advice is bad. Unasked for advice is what's bad.
Yeah, 100%.
Why though?
Why? I was going to ask you.
Why do you
on every podcast and on interview that I need to give all the answers?
Because you need to prove your mettle to be on this podcast.
I have flesh. I don't have metal.
No, but you have to prove it.
To
nonetheless.
who?
To our audience.
3 cameras.
That's okay. And like 5 people who watch this regularly.
I feel like...
They write to me, Cantina or Metal Cantina. So that's what you're doing.
My advice to you is silence. But I think, okay, cool. I will start proving my mettle. Okay, number 1. I think advice just solves the wrong problem. You know how people say, एक तीर से 2 निशाने? This is like 100 तीर से 0 निशाने. It does nothing for anyone in this world.
But it's interesting. Like, I feel like that when somebody is stuck or is going through something that's painful or that's worrisome and they want help, I feel like that we've only been taught how to help in the form of advice.
Yeah.
Because I feel like advice makes the giver feel better about themselves and the receiver about what's being said.
Yeah, and it's also, again, it does 2 things. That one, it makes someone feel like, oh, you know, I need to get you out of this. And it can come from concern, it can come from worry, it can come from not wanting to see someone in distress. And the second thing, by the impact of it that ends up happening is that it just puts you in a spot of, oh, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
And you know, I know better and I've had so much experience in life.
Yeah.
And now I need to impart all of it to you. But that is not what is being asked. What is being asked is, hey, I'm going through something. That's it.
Yeah.
like
until and unless the words are kind of followed up by, can you help me?
Yeah.
What do you think I should do in this situation? What's your opinion about
what's
this?
your take?
What do you think I should be doing here? You know, like there are ways in which people tell us that they want to hear what is it that we might have done in that situation, and then they want to sort of use that as like a guidance to go ahead. But then if someone's saying that, hey, I'm going through a shitty time, can you listen to me?
Yeah.
They're very clearly not asking for advice, because I feel like that in this situation, if someone's going through something and instead of listening to them, you kind of jump in with this idea of, oh, you know, have you done this to solve it? That person might not also be looking at that as a problem that needs to be solved, but you putting this across that it has to be solved puts some kind of like a pressure, some kind of embarrassment, some kind of shame that they might have to deal with. Now that you've kind of come in and said that, you know, if I was in your position, I would have dealt better with it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's the thing, right? That no 2 people can be in the same position no matter what the circumstances are. Like, even if it's a ditto exact same copycat circumstance that you're in, even then your context is different for your advice to fail when it comes to somebody else.
100%. And advice cannot not be contextual, and by the virtue of it being advice, it doesn't ask for context.
Yeah.
You know, more often than not, you know, if let's say the example that comes to my mind is, if a Gen Z student right now is struggling with not being able to pay focus in class, and they go to like a grandparent, the grandparent immediately was like, हमारे time में तो अरे आपका time गया दादाजी. It's not that. And I think it just, while again keeping in mind it can come with a lot of love, it can come with a lot of care, I think what it takes away from people is the space to sort of unravel in their
Yeah.
emotions. And I think that becomes so important to do, because to put therapist hat on for a second, the first thing we're taught about therapy is to never give advice. And I don't think, let's say if I've taken 50 sessions, maybe I am asked in one for advice, because it just goes to show that people really don't want to also ask for it.
Yeah.
What have I just said? People really don't want to also ask for it, because
Yeah.
people know what they want to do. What's the wildest case of advice you've ever encountered?
Means what?
Like just the wildest piece of advice you've ever gotten that was just out of context. I'll give you an example.
Yeah, I don't listen to people a lot,
No,
so I
sure.
don't remember it.
Yeah, there can be rooms where you have to. For example, I was at an ENT once and he's in my ear, right? Like there's something in my ear. He's just like, have you tried losing weight? I was like, have you tried?
But what would that do? Like, where was it coming from? Why?
आप डॉक्टर ब्लीप को फोन करके पूछ लीजिए, मेरे घर के पास ही रहते हैं.
But no, I feel like that's the thing, right? That this idea of medical advice, or you know, like anyone who's like a professional in a profession where people kind of go in distress, right? Like, what?
Professional in a profession.
Yeah.
People are professionals in non-professions.
Yeah, people can be professional in a personal space, and that causes a lot of problems.
Professionals in a profession.
Yeah.
Confessional in a confession.
Yeah. That's what. Like a doctor in a
You're not
medical
proving
practice.
any point.
No, a
but
doctor
go
in a
on.
medical practice is a professional in a profession. A lawyer in a law practice is a professional in a profession. What is wrong with it?
Professionals, by the virtue of being professionals, are in professions. That is where they become professionals.
No, I'm talking about not the attitude, but like the person themselves. It's not. Anyway,
bringing back. I don't know what the hell we're bringing back, but sure.
bringing back sanity and the appreciation
And the
of and the appreciation of
मेरी एडवाइस है आप सीधे सीधे पॉडकास्ट कर लो, ये जरूरी है.
appreciation of wisdom.
A professional in a profession.
Yeah, that's what.
I'm so sorry. Go on.
No, but that's the case, right? Like when you're in a position of power, especially in professional settings, like a doctor, a lawyer, a medical consultant, a teacher, etc., etc. There's almost like this sort of assumption that anyone that's coming to you is sure. I want to seek medical advice. I want to seek law advice, or I want to seek, I don't know, studies advice, or whatever it is. But there's almost this assumption, or there's almost this script that I feel like resides in people's head when you kind of go to them and ask for help in any way, which might waver from the advice that actually
Is needed.
is useful or needed for the person.
Dude, and it's not because it is, and you know, it's not that, like, I forgot the words you said, sorry, but it's not that, it's just utter entitlement. Sure, like you want your expertise, you want your degree, but people who lead their own lives by themselves all their lives have also earned that expertise.
And I think like that's the thing, right? That with the idea of advice giving, like now this is my fundamental problem with the nature of, you know, like this relationship. Again, I feel like advice can be really friendly. It can be wonderful.
Yeah.
It can make somebody feel that they're not alone and they're looked after, and you know there's somebody who's kind of caring for them. Like all of these things exist, and you know we understand it. But in situations where it's not needed, it can also make somebody feel very, very small about themselves. I think that's also like my just fundamental problem with the nature of advice giving, right? Like that there is this, and I think we've already established that there is a power imbalance that comes in. And also, very interestingly, I think what we've noticed in the world around us, in our work that we do, that when you give people advice, while they might listen to you out of respect or fear or whatever it is, when they're acting on your advice, they will always most likely always be a sense of dissonance.
Yeah.
Because it won't feel like something that they've asked for, and it won't feel like something that truly fits into their life. It doesn't feel like something that probably has come, like if it's too far from the knowledge that they hold.
Yeah.
So it can always feel very alien. It can feel like that we've been instructed to do something and we're being
Yeah.
obedient or not obedient by doing it or not doing
Yeah.
it, and that creates complex feelings within us. And I think that that's not what helpful advice is. I feel like helpful advice is like, hey, I'm going out, should I wear black or white, and I can't decide, can you help me? And then you're like, oh, you're going and there will be like a red wine, so wear black, because if you spill white. So there's so much niceness in this advice. It doesn't come from a place of, oh, you're an idiot, how did you even think of choosing?
Felt too natural to just,
Oh, like a white shirt. Like, that's the thing. Judgment and advice are two different things.
glad you
need
can understand. Thanks. It's a great podcast for me. But that makes a lot of sense, because people could have the knowledge to do something and could have, the awareness of, okay, what is needed, what's not needed. But how can you, in your power, help them to build the resources to do that? Know that just the fact that, chalo, white dress, black dress, how have you engaged their choices and what they will do and what they are more likely to do in a party, and still given them a choice while being a source of help while they've asked you for it.
Do you think it can backfire? Now, this is my interviewee question to you, interviewer.
All right,
Do you think this might backfire when, say, like someone's really tired and they might need advice as a way of checking if you care for them or not? But if you constantly kind of make them run around in circles and say that you only make your choice, do you think it might ever backfire? I'm just asking for the curiosity of the audience.
There's no audience.
There's a lot.
Curiosity killed. Dead.
I didn't know our audience are cats.
That's the whole point of it. I think, sure, again, going back to all our other podcasts, since you all want to watch it so much, watch all other episodes, then come. But I think terms of any relationship need to be talked about, need to be spoken of. That, okay, sure, sometimes I might like advice, sometimes I might not like advice. If I'm tired, don't advise things to me like this. We have that. If I'm at the peak of an emotion, don't say, okay, do this, because then it'll just be like, dude, I don't care, shut up. But then if I do come to you for help, you would know by the nature of me telling you, by you also having some hit and trial with how I respond to it, that, okay, this is how this person likes to take advice. I think to approach relationships from a standpoint of doing everything so it doesn't backfire is not going to be how any relationship works. Things will backfire because life is about backfiring. I don't know. Pew, pew, pew. That's just what life is.
I don't think that's backfiring though. I feel like something backfires, like a
Backfire
car.
is literally like if you shoot a rifle, then it sort of.
Oh.
I think so. I could be really wrong right now.
No, I think that you're right.
I need to Google it.
No, I think you're right. Don't waste people saying.
People, cats, to dead cats.
Yeah.
That's a really disturbing image. I hope you're all alive. Meow.
But no, that's the thing, right? That if you're looking at then relationships, I feel like the whole idea of being right with giving advice is also to kind of be empathetic for it. I feel like that's what it has to be, right? That's the key. To be a good advisor, you have to be empathetic, because you need to understand that, what is it that the person might be going through and what they might need at this point of time. And if you're empathetic, what you say would also come from a place of empathy instead of correction.
Yep. Bars. Yeah. And not exerting moral superiority.
Yeah.
That, I would have dealt with that so much better. Shut up. Sorry, no one asked you.
Yeah, and like when people sort of assume this moral responsibility that I have to save somebody from making a wrong decision, I think it's nice to also ask yourself this question, right? That what do you think it would mean for you if your partner or your friend is taking a wrong decision? Can you let them do that?
Yep.
And is it something that you're okay with? Are you also, again, understanding that it can also come from a lot of care, and I don't want somebody I love to go through a lot of hurt. But is it also coming from a place of, oh, I don't want to deal with this hurt when it's done, so you rather not get into that space because I don't want to deal with the consequences of it.
Yeah, because relationships are not about preventative measures, right? At some point, you're gonna have to build a cure for things.
But that's the
Like
thing,
you build for prevention, not cure. Great for everything, not relationships.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the times there's something that I have heard people say, that, okay, if you don't take my advice, then don't come crying to me.
Yeah. Thanks for letting
No.
me know you're an absolutely unreliable human being until you feel like you're needed.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's why we say that when we win.
Hey, I
know,
hope Travis Scott will see.
yesterday I learned this is called semantic satiation. Satiation.
Semantic satiation.
Yeah.
Well, it's like it's like that thing. Like you want to describe a list, but you put an S in the word.
Yeah.
Semantic satiation.
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 Yeah, like
What the
when
hell
you're
is that?
satiated with a word, like it loses all its meaning. Like
Like a-
saying Wayne.
Like a fucking stem.
Yeah, but
But like it's that thing, you look at a word for too long, it starts looking weird.
yeah,
But
that's
vocally.
but vocally. It's called semantic satiation.
Satiation.
Yeah.
I've semantically satiated myself
Yes.
from.
Yes, from the meaning of a word. We come back to this.
Yeah. There's
Advice. Word.
semantic satiation.
But no, that's the thing, right? That people often come and say this, that, oh, if you don't follow my advice, then don't come to me. And then it's like, is it conditional then?
I didn't come for the advice in the first place.
Yeah, and that's the thing, that when you give advice, you also have this expectation that people will follow your advice. Like, bro, who's gonna tell you? People
It seems like a
don't
very internal thought for some.
Yeah, like.
Woo!
But then that's the thing, right? That if I refrain from giving advice, I'm also protecting myself, because my heart won't break when the other person doesn't follow.
No, but yeah, I agree. I don't think I have a lot to add to that because it makes a lot of sense. I think people need to be able to sit with the discomfort of someone who they love going through something, because people will go through things. You will have to be there to show up for them. You can't, like, be the knight in shining armor at every point in time
Yeah.
and save them from things. And I think if the need comes up, then ironically, my advice to you is come to therapy. And
Yeah.
that's the only advice that holds. in my
Yeah, I
honest
feel like
opinion.
that's the only advice that we should
And
be
don't
giving
litter.
people. Don't what?
Don't litter.
Oh, like littering. Except
If it
cats. Except cats.
But-
Our audience is cats.
Except cats.
They
Obviously,
need to
what
litter.
other meanings to litter exist? When someone says
I
don't
just
litter,
said cats. Cats have a litter. The kids are called litter.
उनका गाना क्या होता है? Literature का. I can't believe I made a pun. I'm so disappointed. And yeah, like that's the only advice that holds up. And like, don't litter. I don't know. Like, don't pollute the world.
Oh,
Elon Musk, I'm looking at you, babes.
will he put a case on us if we take his name?
क्या हो जाएगा मेरा यार? I'm too unimportant for Elon Musk to be like, yeah, there's one lady in India yapping.
Yeah.
Shit.
Anyway.
It would boost my ego a lot, but
Maybe
I
we're
have-
just talking about an Elon Musk that we know. Personally.
there's
It's not a trademark name yet.
there's bigger issues at hand here, but I'll address them off camera. Vis-a-vis
Who?
nothing. Your
Okay.
brain is disintegrated right in front of me.
Yeah,
But
because I haven't got a lot of advice in the last 1 hour, no? Which is why I'm like, I don't know what to do. I only live by an advice.
stop it. But I'm gonna ask you this. What do you think? Like, how do you think people should be advising? Because I think it's not something people will stop doing just because two
Yeah.
random ladies have decided to speak about it. Tomorrow,
I feel like that's
news headlines.
That's the way it functions.
Tina and Utkarsha
I feel like
eradicate.
now I don't give advice. I give audials. This is how it should function. This is what
Sweetheart,
it is.
you give ultimatums.
Yeah, that's a
Ultimatums.
You guys, you have to
if
give
you
it.
don't do this, I am going to sleep. I will pull
If-
up chats right
If
now.
if you have to do it right. Is what my advice to you.
So your advice is, let's recollect for a minute. Your advice is that you should absolutely just not give any agency, any space. And you
I
should be
haven't
like,
used any of those.
this is
things.
what you have to do with a timeline. If you don't do it, there will be brutal consequences for your life.
I will neither agree nor disagree.
There's 3 cameras on us. एक दिन तो मिलानी है भगवान से आके.
Anyway,
How do
I
you
feel
think?
like the right way to give advice is me advising. One
Is
me advising.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone, literally everyone watching this right now, all us.
But on a serious note, I feel like that when one hear what the other person wants from you, no, like if someone's kind of coming to you with a crisis or a problem or something they might be going through, ask them how is it that they would like to be helped.
Yeah.
Do they want money? Do they want food? Do they want advice? Do they want sleep? Do they want water? Do they want nothing? Do they want your presence? Have a list for what it's worth
Yep.
and see in which ways can you help, because a lot of times like people do sort of come in with this idea of, okay, I don't want anything except maybe just sleeping or you listening, and then once you've slept and you've listened, maybe they'll also ask you for advice. Like again, advice kind of comes a little further on the help spectrum,
Yeah.
because before that you need stabilization. So it's stabilization, it's advice, and then it's action.
Yep.
Probably. So I think that focus on stabilization, focus on asking the person what this experience has meant for them, and again, you might use words that are your own and not ours, right? And like
Yeah.
nobody kind of goes on and says that, hey,
Let me
what
stabilize
was
you.
that experience for you? Let me stabilize you. I don't think things happen like this.
I don't
feel-
think we also talk like
Yeah.
that. Hey, let me stabilize you. No, but to add to that, I think let people talk about their problems and explain what it means to them before you start make meaning of them by yourself.
Yeah.
Because
Hear
it's
to
not
what it
yours to
means
do.
to them. Yeah.
And the other thing is, I think people can assign very different meanings to the same life experience. Like me skipping a meal and you skipping a meal can mean two entirely different things. So, if let's say I struggle with my blood sugar levels and I see you skipping a meal, and then I'll just be like, oh my god, please don't skip your meal. But then
Yeah.
you're just like, relax.
Yeah.
Your blood sugar is good, dude.
Yeah.
And then maybe I've then completely missed out on the fact that maybe you don't want to eat, you don't like what's made, you are not feeling the best about eating, you feel nauseous, and then I'm just like, oh, blood sugar, blood sugar.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not about that.
I think advice takes you away from, or like immediate, like jumping in advice
Ah.
takes you away from the problem that actually needs to be solved.
Yep.
Then the problem becomes the advice that you're giving. And then the person has to deal with the fact that they are embarrassed of the fact that they came to you to ask for help, but you only gave advice. And then it's a bigger bunch of problems that you can solve with us in therapy. I'm like, I don't think.
So आप एक्चुअली शुरू हो जाओ एडवाइस देना तो आपके थोड़ा इकट्ठा होगा फिर आप थेरेपी आ जाना फिर हम आपको स्टेबलाइज कर देंगे सीधी बात बिजनेस
But
प्लान
yeah, I think like that's the thing, right? That
Yeah.
we need to listen.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
think
advice
one
to you.
takeaway, actually, just one takeaway for today's podcast: listen, listen listen to what the person wants, what they need help with. Give them options. Sure, don't just enter with like a vulture and be like, okay, I'm gonna tell you what's up.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
आपको नहीं पता है.
You
Like be
can't-
okay with not knowing is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
There's when you kind of bring in a sense of righteousness and moral superiority in relationships where you love and care for, it then becomes a teacher-student relationship, and that's not a fun relationship for anyone.
I love the word righteous because it is righteous. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
right
That's-
by itself.
Thank you. Never listen
Righteous.
to Tina. Always watch our podcast. We will see you in
Those-
2 weeks.
How?
Done.
Cut it.